Let's begin today sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position. And I invite you to pull the flesh of your buttocks back behind your sit bones. You feel your sit bones sinking heavily down into the earth. And if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, go ahead and do that. Start with a nice, long, slow inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, dropping shoulders. Inhaling tall, feeling the chest filling, the head lifting. Exhaling out of the mouth, relaxing. One more breath like that. And the exhale, letting everything go. And then just continuing with a slow, even breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Maybe counting to establish the inhale and the exhale at the same rate. Whatever count you're using, see if you can take it up by one. And maybe increasing it by one more. And without losing the breath, but letting go of the count, you can keep the count if you want, if it serves you, but you don't need to. We're going to drop the chin to the chest. Keep the chest lifted, the back upright, so we're not rounding the spine, just letting the heaviness of the head fall forward. Maintaining a long, slow, deep breath. And you might feel that the breath is a little more noticeable in the back of the body now. Maybe you can imagine it riding up your spine and coming into the stretch in the back of the neck. Relaxing on the exhale and letting the weight of the head be even heavier. And then bring the chin over to the left shoulder. Keep the chest lifted, the body upright. Let's bring the left hand and bring it behind the back of the head on the right side. So just behind the right ear, kind of hooking under the occipital ridge on the right side. And then letting the weight of the hand be heavy, letting the elbow be heavy. Again, keeping the spine upright, the chest lifted. Just be aware of breathing all the way up into the chest. That should be enough to keep you lifted. And release that left hand. Bring the chin back to center. And then over toward the right side. Still dropping forward, so we're not bringing the ear to the shoulder. We're bringing the chin to the shoulder. Keeping the chest up, the shoulders back. And then bring the right hand over to the back of the head on the left side. Kind of behind the left ear. Hand slightly pulling up. And the elbow dropping down. Slow, long breaths. And then release the hand, bring the chin back to center. And then lift the head up, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Letting the hands come down, letting the head rest down. Allow the elbows to bend, the arms to be heavy. Feel the breath, maybe coming into the back ribs, maybe spreading wide in the lower back. Just notice where your breath goes here. Breathing deep and slow. Letting go of the upper body even more on the exhale. Drawing your navel in toward the spine. Then begin to roll yourself up. Let an inhale take you all the way up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Release the hands down. Make a note of how you have crossed your legs. Which one is in front or on top. And then release the legs. Shake them out. And when you're ready, cross them again the other way. And then take the arms out to the side. Curl the fingers in so that the thumbs are up. And then rotate the arms so that one thumb reaches back and one thumb reaches forward and down. And then change. And then begin to turn your head from side to side, feeling which way your head intuitively wants to move. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And last one. And come center, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Relaxing the arms. Exhaling the belly in. Releasing the weight of the body down. Connecting with the breath on the inside. Deepening the breath so that you feel it moving from the center out and expanding the body. Letting the stretch come from the breath. See if you're holding on in any way. Try to let go. And bring yourself up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale the hands together at the heart. And release the hands. Release the legs, shake them out. And open the legs nice and wide. Flexing the feet. And again, pull the flesh of the buttocks back. And then also rotate the thighs forward. Grab the muscles and just spin them forward. Some of you may need to hold on in the back. That's fine. You might want to bring your hands to the ground here. See what works for you. Keep your body lifted and upright, pressing out through the heels and down through the thighs. Breathing slow and deep. And then reach the arms up. Take a breath in. Exhale, come down to the left, bringing the left arm in front of the left leg. Reaching the right arm over to the right, and turn your gaze up. Press the back of that arm into the inner thigh or wherever the arm can reach, and then spin those left ribs under you. Good. Keep the heels pressing out. On an inhale, reach out long through the right fingers. Exhale, sink. Slow breath. And lift up. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Arm in front of the thigh. Press it in, rotating the ribs up. Take the gaze up. If your neck is unhappy there, take it down. Reach out of the heels, reach out of the hand. Breathe long. Imagine that the breath is streaming up the whole left side of the body. And inhale up. Reach up with the arms. Exhale forward. Bringing the hands down in front of you if you can. Some of you are not going to be able to come forward at all. And then the hands can just stay behind you. And to deepen the stretch, you're just going to think about lifting the chest. And if your hands are in front of you, you're also going to think about lifting the chest, because the stretch doesn't actually deepen by rounding your back and feeling like you're getting closer to the floor. Your ego is happier, but your body's actually not. So notice how lifting and straightening the spine, even if you're not as far forward, actually intensifies the stretch. And yeah, you may not be happy with that, but you're here, so you might as well play along. And those of you who are able to bend forward some, on the inhale, you can try pulling your hands toward you, bringing those back ribs under and lifting the chest even more. And then exhale, trying to bend the elbows any amount to sink. If the sensation's really intense, rather than resisting it, just don't pay attention to it. Focus entirely on your breath. And walk it in. Roll yourself up, reach the arms up, inhale. Exhale the arms down to the outer thighs. And then with your hands, bring the legs forward again. Not so bad. Shake them out, kind of windshield wipering the feet. Okay. And let's fold the right foot in to the inner left thigh, keeping the left leg really straight and the foot active, pulling the toes toward you, pressing the heel away, pressing the thigh down. See how pressing the thigh down kind of allows you to lift up? Every action having an equal and opposite reaction. So pressing down allows the lifting up. Keep that thigh engaged and pressing down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale, forward. Scoop the belly in and relax the arms. So a lot of people like to hold on, especially if you're able to reach your foot, or people like to pull themselves, and I like to think of this as a more passive stretch. You have gravity on your side, so all you need to do is relax and stop going against the forces of gravity with your resistance, and just breathe and get the spine longer with the inhale. Pull the belly in and just relax on the exhale. Let gravity do the work for you. Practice letting go. Can the head let go even more? What about the elbows and the shoulders? What about the face, the jaw, the brow, the eyes? The leg maintains pressure downward. And on an inhale, we'll roll up again. Reach up. Exhale, turn to the right, crossing your hand to the right knee, bringing the right hand behind you. Plant it on the ground. And again, that same kind of motion of pressing down to lift up, pressing into the hand and getting the head taller. Exhaling, rotating the belly to the right. Every inhale, get taller. And every exhale, spiral around the center line of your spine. If you have the flexibility, you might want to take that right hand and wrap it all the way around your back to your upper left thigh. And use an inhale to come back. And release the right leg. And bring the left one in. Keeping that right foot really actively flexed. Press down into that right leg. Lift up tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. One more. Let the arms rest on either side of the leg. Press down into the leg and inhale the spine longer, reaching your head forward. Exhaling, scooping the belly in and up and just letting the heaviness of your body sink. Letting go of the head, feeling the back ribs, dropping toward the front ribs. Maintaining the pressure downward in the thigh. And a long, slow breath. Keep the heel pressing out and the toes pulling back. And then walk the hands in, roll yourself up, reach up with an inhale, and turn to the left as you exhale, crossing the hand to the knee, the back hand behind you nice and close so that you can lift up straight and tall as you push down into the left hand and breathe in. And then rotate to the left as you breathe out. Look over your shoulder. And continue getting taller, making space between the vertebrae. And then becoming soft on the exhale, turning around the spine. And again, if you like, bringing your hand behind you onto the thigh, feel free to do that. On your next inhale, come back to center. And release the leg. And shake it up. And then bend the knees, bringing the heels together, creating a square inside your leg. So we're not coming into our bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana, but a nice square shape inside the legs. And I would recommend pulling the flesh of the buttocks back one more time. Sitting up nice and tall. Reaching up, inhale. Exhale, holding forward. Relax the head, scoop in the belly. And then we'll take it over to the right, placing your right hand to the side of you. So kind of straight out to the side from your buttock and pushing into that hand to make sure the left sit bone stays sunk. And then reaching across on the diagonal with the left arm. Flex the feet. Find the breath and see if you can bring it into more space and thereby create more space. Right hand stays active. And then walk it over to the other side. Left hand roughly in line with the hip. Pushing forward to sink the right hip down. And the right arm crossing over on the diagonal, reaching out through the fingers. Streaming the breath through the body. And walk the hands center and release down. Few deep breaths up the back of the body. Relax the backs of the arms. Feel the armpits relax. And then walk it in. Roll yourself up. Inhale, reach. And exhale the arms down. Feeling your breath. While you continue to feel your breath, cross your legs at the ankles and flip over the ankles onto hands and knees. Hands under shoulders. You can take fists if your wrists are happier that way. Knees under hips. So really take a moment and feel how the weight of your body is being supported by the arms and the legs. In this way, the spine doesn't need to work and it can be soft for our cat and cow. So whenever you're ready, you can start inhaling, curling the tailbone up, breathing into the belly, lifting the breath into the heart, rolling the eyes up, exhaling, taking the tailbone down, lifting the belly up, dropping the head, completely exhale, finding your own pace, letting the movement of the spine follow the movement of the breath. One more complete round. And then back to neutral spine. Walk the hands in and roll yourself up so that you're standing on your knees. Let's bring the left hand onto the belly. The right hand will come back. If you can reach your heel, you're going to bring your hand onto your heel. If you're close, or you can't quite reach it, curl your toes under and see if you can reach it then. If you still can't reach it, just bring your hand onto your hip, or kind of like the back part of your hip. That'll feel more supportive. Good. Breathe from your belly to your chest, and then drop your head back and lift your left arm up. Try to continue to breathe into your heart. And then look over your right shoulder and lift yourself up. Stay here for a moment. And then bring the right hand onto the belly. And then bring the left hand to the heel or to the hip. Good. Breathe from the belly to the chest. And then tuck your tailbone under. Drop your head back, lift your chest up, and then lift your right arm up. Accommodating your neck in any way that you need to here, if it's an issue for you. Keep bringing the hips under you, the tailbone under you. The breath lifts the heart. And look over your left shoulder. Come on up. Release the arm down. And let's sit back on the heels. Come into mecha pose. Arms out in front. Folding forward. Push forward with the hands. Sending your hips back. Letting your spine be nice and long. The more you breathe, the more space you make. And the space that you make has to displace whatever tightness, whatever darkness, whatever heaviness, whatever tension and stress may be in the body. So we inhale and we kind of let the breath gather up all those things and exhale them out. Becoming lighter and happier with each breath. Keep your hands in place. Lift your buttocks off your feet. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Curl the toes under. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the knees. And then straighten the legs. Press your thighs back. And then just let your hips swing to the left and swing to the right. Swing to the left. Swing to the right. Maybe even a little bit of a rotation in the hips. So when you swing to the left, maybe the right heel lifts and moves to the right. To the left, sorry. Just feeling those hips. And then find center. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Push forward into the fingers. All 10 fingers. Like you're trying to move your chest toward your thighs. Good. Now, inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth. Shake your head no. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth. Shake your head yes. And one more. Exhale out of the mouth. Shake your head all around. And find stillness. Lengthen the spine on your inhale. Press down through the heels on the exhale. And then on an inhale, look forward, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Now you can stay here on runner's lunge with the back knee off the ground, or you can bring the knee to the ground if you're feeling like that's going to serve you better today. You can leave your hands here on the floor. You can bring your hands up onto your leg. Again, having that action of pressing down to lift up. You can lift just the left arm so that the right arm continues to press down, or you can lift both arms, whatever feels right to you. Keep the tailbone moving forward and lift the navel toward your chin. And release down. Come back into downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. If you can, do the same variation that you did on the other side, but we're not the same on the right and left, so if you're doing the same variation and it's just not working for you on this side, don't be fixated on that. Do what works for your body in this moment, on this side. Pressing back through the heel if you have the knee off the ground. Pressing the tailbone under in every variation. Lifting through the heart. Mindful of the breath. And release the hands down. Step back into a plank. Bring the knees to the ground. Bring the chest to the ground. Come and lay on your belly. You can stack your hands and rest your forehead on stacked hands. Or you can turn onto one cheek if you prefer. Let's just feel the body breathing with the earth. Imagine that your breath is in relationship with the earth. And without changing anything about the breath, bring the arms behind you and interlace the fingers. Which thumb is on the outside? Roll the shoulder blades in toward each other, straightening the arms if you can, reaching back and up through the fists as much as you're able, and then press down through the tailbone, the pubic bone, the pelvis. Sink them into the ground. We're going to find the contrast between the lightness of the inhale and the heaviness of the exhale. Inhale, float the chin and the chest up. Exhale, sink the hips and pelvis down. Inhale, floating up. Eyes reach up. Exhale, sinking down. And relax down. Rest the hands, turn onto one cheek. Let the shoulders and arms relax into the ground. Let the heels fall open. Feel the body breathe. Come back to center, feet, head. Interlace the hands, the fingers with the opposite thumb on the outside. If you forgot which way you did it before, do whichever way feels less natural. Roll the shoulder blades in, straightening the arms, lifting them up if you can. Pressing down through the tailbone, the pelvis, the bone, and then inhale, floating up. And then exhale and lift the legs up. And then every time you inhale, float up. And every time you exhale, sink down into the pelvis. Reaching back and out through the toes. Imagine that you're a balloon and you're trying to inflate yourself as you inhale, like you're afloat in a parade. Filling yourself up with air, floating up. One more breath. And relax down. Good job. Turn your head the other way. Let go of the arms. Let the legs relax open. Just rest. Deeply rest. Let the mind rest. Feeling the inhale. Feeling the exhale. And bring your head center and place your hands under your shoulders. Pushing yourself up. Coming for a moment onto hands and knees. Tucking your chin all the way down. And then bringing your head onto the ground as close to your knees as you can. Wrap the arms around the outside of the thighs. Turn the thumbs to face up so the palms are facing away from you. And then wrap your hands around your inner heels. If you don't reach your heels, just wrap your hands around your shins. See if you can bring your head even closer to your knees. Maybe you're coming more toward the back of the top of your head. That's fine. The idea here is to hold on. So whatever it is you were able to grab, hold on, and then lift the sit bones higher, as high as you can. Feel where there's a stretch and breathe into that. Relax your hands. Let's come into child's pose, resting on the forehead. If your forehead doesn't make it to the ground, then it's not so restful. So support your forehead with hands or fists. Maybe you have pillows handy or a block. Your head rests. And then let your shoulders rest. Let them spill forward and over the legs. Let the arms be like ragdoll arms. Go inside and feel the breath, feel the body, feel the space and the release. And then place the hands under the shoulders, tuck the chin to the chest, press yourself up. Staying on your heels if your knees permit. If you can, take the feet a little wider, roll the flesh of the calves out, and sit down inside your feet. Maybe you want to have a pillow under your sit bones if it doesn't quite reach, if they don't quite reach down. Or if none of these work for you, one option is to take a pillow and stick it behind the knees and then sit on that, or just sit any way that you can. Let's bring the first two fingers of either hand onto the third eye, the point between the brows, and then rest the thumb and the last two fingers on the respective nostrils. And bring your gaze to the third eye, to the point between the brows. Seal off the thumb nostril and inhale. Seal off the other nostril and exhale. Stay there to inhale. Switch to exhale. Imagine that the breath is moving up from your tailbone right to this point between your brows. Last one. When you're complete, release your hand down. Come up onto hands and knees. And then just straighten one leg, pushing back through the heel. It's opening up the knee again. And then straightening the other leg, pressing back to the heel. Bring the knee back down, cross the ankles behind you, and come and sit behind your feet. And then bring your feet out in front of you. Hands around the knees, tuck the chin, and slowly lower yourself down. Open the arms out to the side. Lift the knees up and drop them to the left. Turn your head to the right. If your right knee doesn't come all the way down, you might want to use your left hand on that right leg for some support. If it comes easily down, you can maybe move your lower leg out of the way and bring the knee down to the ground. Let the breath move past the twist, all the way up to that right shoulder. And then bring the knees up and over to the other side. The head will turn to the right. And maybe you want to the head will turn to the left. Maybe you want to use that right hand. Maybe it's fine just resting down. Maybe you want to bring the knee all the way down. See what's going to work for you. Tracking each breath. Making space. And exhaling everything that was in that space that doesn't serve you. And then bring everything center. Even out your hips, hug the knees to the chest. And pull it in. Exhale all the air out. Notice how pulling the thighs in really helps release all the air. And then release the feet to the ground. Lift and tuck the tailbone. Release the legs. Shake the legs out. If you're using an eye pillow, place it on your eyes. And let the arms just rest a comfortable distance away from the body with the palms up. Let the legs rest a comfortable distance away from each other. Feel the in-breath filling your body with lots of nice lightness and spaciousness. Exhale out of the mouth, sinking the weight of the body into the belly. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, letting the jaw release, the lips slightly hard, tongue relax. One more deep breath in. Exhale out of the mouth, letting go of the activity of the mind, bringing awareness fully into your breath. Just noticing wherever you feel the breath. Each breath might be different. Let the breath just breathe. Let go of the breath. No need to take a deep breath or a slow breath anymore. Just allow breath to breathe for you. And just meet the breath however it is, wherever it is. Kind of reading it with some friendliness, with some curiosity, a sense of companionship to the breath. Letting everything else go. Just the mind, noticing breath, and the body deeply relaxed. letting go, letting go, letting go. Breathe into your heart, move the fingers and the toes. Reach the arms overhead, take a deep breath, stretch long. And hug the knees to the chest. Rocking side to side, feeling the ground, massaging your lower back. And then come center, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And roll over onto your side, rest your head on your underside arm. Feeling the ground supporting you. Feeling the breath, giving you life. Feeling your body as this vehicle for life. Appreciating its health, well-being, to whatever extent it is healthy and well. And when you're ready, bring yourself up to sitting. Feeling your sit bones on the ground, your head lifting tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, filling yourself up from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Thank you for your practice. Have a beautiful day.